Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Very good afternoon. Before we start today, any questions from previous? Anyone have any questions?
Nothing from my side.
Sorry, your voice is cracking.
I said nothing from my side.
Okay, great then. So good to go?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you. So the most of the thing, any software, clear? Any soft, one second. So sorry, once again. The thing is, any software, this is any software if you take, not only SAP or Oracle Financials or any other software like Java, whatever implementation we are doing with the client place. So they need to follow this particular process. We call that as a software development life cycle, SDLC in short form. SDLC, that is nothing but software development life cycle. So what is a software development life cycle? So here in SAP, if I take example, see, SAP AG, the company SAP AG, we know that. SAP AG is nothing but where SAP has been developed, as we discussed in our previous session. So, right, and with 36 different modules, So whenever some client, some customer wants to implement, wants to use SAP in their organization, whenever they want to use their organization, then they need to buy the licenses. Okay, nothing but the product or nothing but system they need to buy from SAP AG. He is the product provider, right? Here I have mentioned the same software provider, product provider, right? System provider. SAP is, what is SAP AG? SAP AG is the software provider. You can take it as a software provider. Okay, so this is now what, for example, I am having a ABC company. I'm working in a company called ABC company. So this is a company, multinational company. Earlier, they were using a software called Oracle or PeopleSoft or any other accounting software like Tally or something else. Then they want to use, okay, so if I'm using Tally, then I can generate only accounting reports, right? I can't generate any HR reports, not production reports, nor any material management reports, right? Any sales and distribution reports, I can't generate in Tally. Or if I'm using Oracle Financials, with Oracle Financials also, I can generate only finance reports, not any other reports, correct? So they're using Oracle Financials, for example, earlier. So they can, in Oracle Financials, we can generate only finance reports, right? And same time, they are using JD Edwards. JD Edwards, it's related to production and planning, means only production reports, procurement reports they can generate in this particular ABC. Then they came up with one software which gives all the solutions. So they want to buy SAP. They want to use now SAP in their organization. So then they will purchase licenses from SAP AG. SAP AG. Let me check. So what these people will do? These people will first approach the ABC company, will approach SAP AG organization, who is provide the software, and they will purchase the licenses, whatever may be the amount. And what they will do is, the SAP AG will give the software to ABC organization. The complete dump will be given to ABC organization, right? So total, how many modules will be there in SAP?
36.
36 different modules. So whenever ABC company purchase the SAP software, then they will give all the complete package they will give. Complete package they will give. Clear? But here ABC organization required hardly 12 modules or 10 modules. But SAP AG, how many modules they are giving? 36 modules, but they don't require all the 36 modules. Clear? Then what they need to do is, and this ABC company, for example, this company, the main work is pharmaceutical. They are into pharma. Right? Now, they need to map according to their business requirement. They are not doing any software business. Their business is pharma business. So now for that, according to their requirement, whatever SAP has provided the software, that has to be mapped according to the requirement of ABC. Okay. So even SAP AG will also will do the configuration according to requirement, but they will charge high amount. They will charge very much high, right? When compared to other development partners. Then what ABC will do is, in the market, there are number of companies are there. Software companies are there who can do the designing according to the requirement of ABC. Okay. So for example, they have taken from Wipro company, right? So the ABC Pharma will approaches Wipro to implement the software according to their requirement. Means, as here they are providing 36 modules, though they don't require 36 modules, they require only 10 or 12 modules. Okay. And according to their business process, they need to design. Wipro will design. Okay. They are approaching Wipro. So three parties normally will get involved. Software provider, any software industry, we have this particular thing. Next one, here we will call, see here, where we are implementing the software. Where we are implementing the software?
ABC.
ABC Pharma, correct? So this is considered as an implementation partner. Implementation partner, where we are using our end user. Our end user company. And Wipro is nothing but development partner. Right? Software provider, implementation partner, and development partner. Right? So implementation partner is nothing but where the software, where the SAP system will be get implemented. That is considered as an implementation partner. So after completion of this particular course, right, where we need to find our jobs? Where we need to work?
Development partner.
Sorry, a bit louder.
Development partner.
How about others? Is that correct? Are you able to hear me, everyone? Where we want to see our jobs? Where we need to get a placement? So this is nothing but
implementation partner.
Implementation partner, in the sense you are nothing but working as an end user. So to work as an end user, this particular course is not required to learn. Understood? Our job, our target is to work in the development part place. The entire course, whatever we are doing, that 8 months or 9 months. So what is our main motive? We need to get the job here, not here. Here also we can get it. There is a chance. Here also, because here also consulting team will be there. Software team will be there. Normally we will get here, from there we can go here also. SAP AG we can work. Exactly. But target would be this particular thing. Fine. So again, I'll explain in the same diagram with taking Ready Labs as an example. So here, as I said, that same thing. How the software development life cycle will be in the sense. So as I said, that Ready Labs wants to implement SAP in their organization. So for that, what they have done is they have purchased the licenses from SAP AG. They have purchases licenses from SAP AG. So as I said that whenever they purchase the licenses from SAP AG, they will give complete dump, 100% dump. They will give it to Ready Labs. Means Ready Labs required only 10 modules, but SAP AG has given 36 different modules, right? So they can't remove the 26 modules Ready Labs, and they can use 10 modules because that has to be configured according to their requirement. Configure, we have two terminologies we are going to use here. Configure and customization. Two terminologies we are going to use again and again in this particular course. Configuration and customization. Okay. So here we are going to do this Ready Labs requirement. So, and they have approached Ready Labs. So Ready Labs is a pharmaceutical company. It's not a software company. So they can't do that configuration or customization on their own. So for that, they need to check for specific, okay, experts, software experts. Like in many number of companies are there, like Infosys, Wipro, right? Accenture, NTT Data, Yes Technologies, what we call Mahindra Tech, Satyam. Okay, there are any number of companies are there in the organization who can do this project. Clear? So here I took Infosys, right? So Infosys is the they have the Ready Labs has been approached to Infosys, and they discussed and they have agreed to implement in Ready Labs. So here, as I said, that same thing. SAP AG is a software provider, right? And Ready Labs is an implementation partner, nothing but end user company. And this Infosys is a development partner or a consulting team or a software team, right? Our target, as again, I'm reiterating for everybody's benefit, our target is to get, after completion of this course or mid of this course, we need to target to get the job in this particular environment, not as an end user environment, right? To work as an end user environment, it's not required. The course is not required. Only data entry key. If you know the keyboard good, then it is enough, right? For example, I have taken same example. See, in Ready Labs, there are total 90 different processes are there. What do you mean by business process? Anyone have an idea? Few people are working as an end users, right? What do you mean by business process?
I think the business segments.
A bit louder.
Business segment.
Business segment is something different. So I'm asking business process.
Is it like the steps to follow? Is it like the steps to get the work done or something kind of SOP?
Sorry.
Is it something like the steps to get the things done, like
It's not like that. What do you mean by a business process? In the sense, sequence of activities of any business. Sequence of activity of any business. For example, I'll tell you. HR business process. HR business process. Okay. What is HR business process? We know that we have an accounts payable process. Why we are calling it as an accounts payable process? That is nothing but accounts payable is one business and next is process. So why we are calling it as an accounts payable process or HR business process in the sense. So this is not, what do you know business process? Sequence of activities. Sequence of activities, we call it as a business process. So what are the sequence of activities will be there in HR? So for example, accounts payable team required, there is in an organization, there is a team called finance team. In that, there is a department called accounts payable. So in accounts payable team, they required the manager of accounts payable need 10 people or 5 people, if I can take, they required 5 people. Okay. AP manager comes with a request. AP manager will comes with a request that he need a 5 people, 5 employees. Okay. 5 employees and with specific qualification, specific experience. One person, one requirement is there for 1 year experience. One requirement is there for completely fresher. One requirement is there for 0 to 3 years experience. One requirement is there from 3 to 7 years. And one requirement is there more than 7 years of experience. So like that, he required 5 people with different experiences. So this request will, AP manager will send this request to HR. Then HR business. So how many people they need to recruit? They need to recruit 5 people. So first, internally, what HR people will do? Internally, they will check IJP. We'll call it as an internal job process. IJP. Clear? So internally, they will check if any candidate is suitable for this particular process or what. So okay, first step, they will do internal check. Internal IJP, they will post it. And after that, they will send it to these requests, will send it to different consultants, like job consultants. Like whatever this thing, they will given to job consultants like Naukri or whoever are there. So for them, they will give this. And internal references. Employee references, right? So they will ask for, they will send an email to all the employees of the organization. So we require these positions. Kindly refer your near and dear, right? So this is, they will do this. So after doing all this particular process, so they have shot all are the internal job process people, consultant from consulting, Naukri or any other third party services and references. HR has received 100 resumes. 100 resumes. Clear? So out of 100 resumes, see, but they required only 5 resumes. So are they going to call for 5 positions, all the 100 people? No. They will, okay, they will, they will check all the 100 resumes. Out of that, what they will do, they will shortlist. I'm saying example. So they will shortlist 10 people. Shortlist 10 people. 10 persons. And they have shortlisted whomever they have shortlisted, they'll start calling. Okay. They'll call, the HR team will call these 10 guys. Will call or email or whatever process they will need to do, they will do it. Will call them and they will start the interview process. First shortlisting, first inviting. After that, after invitation, they will shortlist, and after shortlist, interview process will be there. Organization to organization, it will be different. 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, right? Whatever different roles are there, like all the process will be get completed. Once it is get completed, okay, all the complete test, operations manager round test, voice and accent round, and everything is done. Then they will shortlist out from, they will select out of these 10, they will select that 5 people. Okay. And once the 5 people got selected, HR will release the offer letter, release the offer letter and will mention the joining date in that. Once the joining date, on the joining date, whenever employee joining date is okay, then the employee will onboard. Correct? So with this onboard process, the recruiter HR process will be get completed. Okay, receiving invitation to onboard. So whatever sequence is there, so that is considered as a business process. That is considered as a, so business AP also, what we will do, we will receive the invoices from vendor, right? Through whatever scanning or whatever it is in third-party interface, we will AP department will receive the invoices, right? And after that, those invoices will be allocated or whatever process it is there to the end user, to the punching people, right? The clerks, they will distribute. For example, today we have received 700 invoices and 10 employees, 10 associates are there. So those are 700 invoices will be distributed to 10 associates, 70 like that, right? At the end of the day, they will check that, they will make sure that all the 700 invoice need to be punched and that will be sent to payments as per their due dates. So this is end-to-end process of accounts payable. So this is called business process. What is the sequence of activity? First, invoices will come into the system. So that will be distributed, and after that punching, and after that sending to the payments. So these are the sequence of activities. So after receiving the invoices directly, can I send the payment without punching in the system?
No.
No, right? So whatever sequence we follow, so that is considered as a business process. So is this clear? Any questions here? Any questions here? Yes, no.
Clear, sir.
So here in Reddy Labs, what I'm just taking Reddy Labs as an example. In Reddy Labs, there are total 90 different business processes are there. Means there is an HR department. In HR department, there is a recruitment process, right? A payment process, right? So in HR also we have a different process. In finance also we have a AP, accounts payable, accounts receivable, right? Controlling process like that. Is we have total in Reddy Labs, total 90 different processes are found. How many processes are there in Reddy Labs? Business process, sequence of activities. So total sequence of activities, how many are there? So 90 different business processes are found in implementation partners. Implementation partner is nothing but end user. Why we are calling it an implementation? Because earlier Reddy Labs is not having SAP. They were using some other software, right? So what Infosys means, we are employees now, we are employees of Infosys. So now what we are doing, we are going to introduce the new software in Reddy Labs. And that project, we call it as an implementation project. What is that project? That project, we call it as an
Implementation.
What project that is? Implementation project. Fine. Okay.
Yes,
so Reddy Labs want to implement SAP in their company. Again, whatever the same scenario I'm explaining in the literature part, in their company, then they will buy the licenses from SAP AG. That is nothing but software provider. And Reddy Labs may contact one of the software companies who are the experts in this particular implementation, like Infosys, Accenture, IBM, NTT Data, Yesh Technologies, Mahindra Satyam, TCS, Wipro. Like that, there are number of companies are there. And whatever companies I have mentioned, these are considered as a giant companies in SAP. These are the giant companies. Okay. And Capgemini is also there in this. Okay. So what they will approach these companies to configure the software according to their requirement. To configure the software according to the requirement. We will see what do you mean by configuration. And after that, so here, what Infosys will team? They have selected Infosys here. So what Infosys team will do is, one person from Infosys, that is, we call it as a business process expert or a project lead, right? Will go to the Reddy Labs place. Reddy Labs place. to understand what is their business requirement, right? So before configure, before implementing, we need to understand what is the business process of Ready Labs. Even though we know that they are into pharma, but we need to check what kind of business processes, what kind of department they have, what each department will work, right? So here, first step would be requirement gathering. First step, what is the first step we will do? Requirement gathering. Once you crack, after completion of this particular course, once if you crack, if you are in any implementation project, then the first step we need to do is requirement gathering. We need to understand the client requirement, right? Gathering. Infosys team or person, project manager or business analyst or business expert, business process expert will go to Ready Labs, okay, Ready Labs company to collect the requirements, to gather the requirements of Ready Labs. Okay, once the requirements are gathered, the Infosys team will configure. Okay, these two terminologies again and again we are telling, I'm going to use it, configure and customization. Configure and customization. Okay, the software according to the requirement of Ready Labs. So whatever dump they have purchased from SAP AG, Ready Labs. So what we are going to do as an Infosys employee after taking the requirements of customer client, so according to that, we will configure the software and customize the software and we will implement in Ready Labs place. Clear? So here after configure and customization, the software Infosys team will do different testings. So as a implementation partner, we need to do the testings, different testings. What are those testings? Unit testings, right? Integration testings, right? Now we call it, we calling it as a SIT testing. SIT is nothing but system integration testing, right? And user acceptance testing. These are the different testings we will do, right? So whenever we get a project called testing project, then we need to do different testings. What kind of testings we need to do? Unit testing, right? Integration testing, right? User acceptance testing, regression testing. So there will be a lot of testings will be there. Clear? And we are going to see all the testings in our particular course. Once all the tests are successful, then the trainings will be given to end user. The trainings will be given once everything is done, completed. So end user in the sense, who is the end user here?
Implementation.
Ready Labs.
Ready Labs.
So Ready Labs people doesn't have any knowledge on SAP because earlier they were using, even though they are there in the industry 25 years, from 25 years, but they don't have a knowledge on SAP. So right, we need to give, we in the sense who here? Who is we here?
This
Who is we? Right, as a Infosys team, right, need to give the trainings to Ready Labs. Right, once the trainings are done, then the product will given, means after that the complete package will be given to Ready Labs. Okay, so this will be there any software cycle, development life cycle. Understood? Any questions here? Any questions here?
no, sir.
Right? So any software development, and in real time also you will see the same thing. So here, for example, we will discuss about different projects. So what are the different projects we will have in SAP? Once we get the opportunity to work as a SAP consultant, right? What kind of jobs we are going to get? What kind of project we are going to work? First one, implementation project, right? Second one, support or maintenance project. You may get chance, very rarely initial stages. Any company, if you join newly, then probably you won't get this particular opportunity to work as an implementation. 80% we won't get. Clear? Unless until we spend some time in the organization, then we will get the opportunity to work as an implementation project. Okay. Next one, support or maintenance. As soon as you join, you will get this particular project majority times. Right? Next one, upgradation project. What do you mean by upgradation project? If SAP will release versions very frequently. So whenever the client wants to move from older version to newer version, then that particular project we call it as a upgradation project. Okay. Now majority projects are there on rollout projects. I'll explain in detail what do you mean by rollout project and enhancement project. So these 5 projects will be there in SAP or any software. Again, I'm telling you, any software, we have these projects. One is implementation project, support or maintenance project, or upgradation project, rollout project, enhancement project, or so in this only we will get testing projects also. It will not shown separately, either support or maintenance. In the implementation project only, we will have a testing project. Okay, and one more project is coming now, automation project. That is also taking a lot of scope. 6th project as an automation projects. Clear? So same thing. Once again, we will discuss about implementation project. Okay. So as I said, that company decided to use SAP software in their organization, as already we discussed, right? Then they need to first configure and customize the software according to their business requirements, right? Ready Labs has purchased the software and they need to, and SAP will give the complete package, as I said that. So the complete package may not required, may not completely not useful for Ready Labs. So for that, what they need to do, they need to configure and customize the software according to their business requirement. So as I said that generally the client will not do it, right? Generally a client or a company assigns this implementation project to a professional software company. So whatever companies we took example, so those are considered as in professional software companies, right? Again, I have given, for example, if Ready Labs company wishes to run company's software on SAP, right? They want to run their system on SAP, then they assign this software, a software company like Infosys or Wipro or any other. I took here as a Infosys, right? So in this phase, Infosys implements the software in Ready Labs company. So who is going to be implement here? Who is going to implement? Ready Labs is going to be implement or Infosys is going to be implement? Infosys. So here again, normally any implementation project, it is approximately, I'm saying not accurately. So the team size would be 20 to 100 members. 20 to 100 members, different consultants, FI consultant, CO consultant, MM consultant, SD consultants, what we call basis consultants, ABAP consultants. Like that, there will be 20 to 100 approximately. Okay, and duration of the project would be, again, I'm taking approximately 12 to 24 months. Any implementation project normally will have 12 to 24 months of duration. Is this clear? So till here, any questions? Understood. Freshly introducing software in any organization, we call it as an implementation. So understood this? Any questions on this?
I have a question here. I understood what configuration is, but when we talk about customization, what exactly it is?
I'll tell you. What do you again? I'll tell you. See, for example, what is configuration? What is customization? First, I'll give the explanation, and then next we'll move on. See, for example, how many business processes are there in Ready Labs? As we discussed,
90.
90, for example. 90 business processes are there. Okay. So SAP, they have purchased SAP product. So here out of 90, okay, out of 90, I'm taking example, 75 business processes. Whatever there in the SAP, 75 business processes, whatever there in the SAP software. Okay, without any changes, we can introduce in Ready Labs. Means same requirement is there which is there in SAP. Standard business processes, right? Out of 90 business processes, how many we can able to map directly to Ready Labs business process? Directly mapping with SAP standard business process with Ready Labs business process. So how many we are able to map directly without any programming or something else?
75.
75. So whatever directly we are mapping 75 business processes. So then that is called, then that is, we call it as a configuration. Understood? So directly whatever SAP standard business processes are there, that we are just lift and shift activity. We call it as a configuration. Understood? And what do you mean by customization? So how many out of 90, how many we are able to map? How many we are able to configure directly?
75.
75. How many we are not able to configure?
15.
Sorry, 15. So those
Yeah.
15 are no other businesses normally use. That is a Reddy's lab specific requirement. Clear? Reddy's lab's specific requirement. See, whatever SAP will provide standard business processes, but there are 15 business processes are there which are not standard. Those are Reddy Labs specific requirement, customer specific requirement, client specific requirement. Understood? So what they will do, in the sense, here we will do as a consultant, we will do this configuration part. As a consultant, we will do this configuration. We, in the sense, who? FI consultants or CO consultant or MM consultant. This is our cup of tea. As a FI consultant, directly we will map it. But other 15, can we able to map? Can we able to map this?
No.
Why we are not able to map? Because which is not there in SAP standard. Which is not there in SAP standard. That is client specific requirement. Then what we will do here in the sense, so as a normal FI consultant or a CO consultant, MM consultant, we can't do it. So what we will do is, we will go to ABAPer. What is ABAPer will do? Who is an ABAPer? Who will write the program? Who will develop in the backend of SAP screens? Correct? Yes or no? We already discussed. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Right? So what, as a consultant, what we will do is, as a consultant, we will take those requirements of client and we will explain those requirements to ABAPers. Okay. Then what ABAPers will do is, ABAPer will write the coding and develop the screens according to the client specific requirement screens. Understood? And that is considered as customization. That is called customization. Configuration and customization. Configuration is nothing but SAP standard business process mapping with customer business process. And customization is nothing but as per the client specific requirement. We will give, with the help of ABAPer, we will develop, okay, and we will map to customer requirement. Understood? So that is called configuration and customization. Any questions on this?
No. Clear.
Clear? Configuration and so again and again we are going to use this terminology. Again, I'll explain one more time in the hours, this particular this thing. So here, so there are different phases, steps, phases in the steps, in the sense here, steps. So there are different phases in implementation project. Any implementation project, we have different phases or different steps. Okay. These phases are also known as ASAP methodology, ASAP methodology. ASAP methodology. In this, A stands for, we know SAP, what is SAP? But here A stands for accelerated SAP methodology, right? Now we have one more methodology is also there that we will do, that we will discuss at the time of what we call HANA, as for HANA, right? That is called activate methodology. There are two methodologies are there. One is ASAP methodology. Another one is activate methodology. In interview, definitely they are going to ask you one question. What is the difference between ASAP methodology and activate methodology? So first we will see what is ASAP methodology. The next we can go ahead with the activate methodology. Clear? So here there are different steps will be there. Okay. So first one, project preparation phase. First phase, first step, project preparation step. Clear? And next one, business blueprint phase. Remember this terminologies. Next one, realization phase. Realization phase. Next one, final preparation phase. And after that, go live phase. So any software, we have these phases. One is not only SAP, again I'm telling you, not only in SAP, all these implementations we have. It could be SAP implementation, or it could be Oracle implementation, or any other implementation. We have these phases. First one, project preparation phase, business blueprint phase, realization phase, final preparation phase, and go live phase. Is that clear? Any questions? Why I'm stressing these many times? Any questions? Because you need to have complete crystal clear knowledge on this. If you have any questions, kindly shoot. Yes, no. Good to go.
Good.
Yeah, thank you. So next one, first step, we will see each and every phase we will see in depth, as I said yesterday. So, but here it would be a complete documentation. This will be a complete documentation phase. Project phase, preparation phase, and business blueprint phase. This is a completely documentation phase. Okay. So here, project preparation phase means in a project preparation phase, the following documentations will be prepared. So means your delivery manager or a project manager or a program manager will involved in this particular phase. Not associate consultant or senior consultant or lead consultants are not going to involve in this particular phase. Only delivery managers, program managers, project managers, right? Those people will involve in this particular phases. Fine. So first one, project agreement document. So first document will be prepared, project agreement document. In this document, the implementation partner, nothing but service receiver, that is nothing but end user. Okay. In this document, the implementation partner and the development partner, that is nothing but service provider, not software provider, service provider. Okay. Both will prepare an agreement. Both will prepare an agreement. In this, they will mention the project cost. What would be the cost of this particular project, and timeliness of the payment, how the service receiver partner will pay the amount, how much amount they are going to pay at the time of initial, step by step, how much amount they are going to pay, right? What is the total cost, how the timeliness of payment to be made by service receiver to service provider. The rules and regulations will be mentioned on a legal or authenticated document or legally bond paper, which is legally authenticated document, which should be legally authenticated document, right? So in project agreement phase, only the cost of the project will be discussed, right? Both the sides, whether they agree or not. And after that, how they are going to pay, how in the sense timeliness of payment, phases of payment. Okay, so that will be there in the project agreement document. Both will prepare, service provider and service receiver. Is this clear? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Next one, second one, project scope document. This is also very important. Already we discussed about, means we will as a consultant, someone will go to the client place. They will gather all the information, all the requirements from the client. Okay. The service provider will take the requirements of service receiver and discuss and will mention what is in scope and what is out of scope. What is in scope and what is out of scope, right? Like SAP. In SAP, there are several modules are there. Okay. In that, all the modules may not required for service receiver. As I said that there are total, how many modules are there? 36 modules.
36.
Out of that, the client require only 12 modules. So other 24 modules, they don't require. So whatever 12 modules are there, which is required for client, okay, that is considered as a in scope, and other 24 modules are out of scope. This is clear?
Yes.
In scope and out of scope, whatever are there, whatever SAP has provided 36 modules, in that what are the modules are required for end user, that is nothing but client. Okay, then that is considered as a in scope. And what is out of scope? Whatever are not required for the client, then that is considered as an out of scope. Right? Receiver, whatever required, that will be considered as in scope, and whatever are not required, that is considered as an out of scope. Okay. Project scope document will, this is very important. Project scope document will be prepared by project managers from service provider team. So nothing but Infosys project managers will prepare this project scope document. Clear? So understood these two documents, agreement document and scope document? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Next one more document will be prepared, project plan document. So what will be there in the project plan document in the sense? So timings, like when it need to be start, when it need to be end, what is the duration of the project, start date of the project, completion date of the project. So for example, if you can see here, project plan document will be prepared by both the sides, nothing but Ready Labs and Infosys, right? Service receiver and service provider, both the sides of project managers will prepare this document. In this document, the duration of the project, is it 12 months, 24 months or 36 months? So tentatively they will discuss. It's not 100% that they are going to 2 years, in the sense they are going to complete within 2 years. It's not that, but tentative duration they will mention. Tentative duration they are going to mention here. Okay, of the project will be mentioned, and start date and end date of the project will be mentioned. Start date will be accurate date and end date will be a tentative date. This is nothing but your deadline date. So that will be their project plan document. That is called project plan document. What are the plans? When we need to start the project and when we need to end the project, and what is the duration of the project. So that we are going to mention in this particular plan. And the most important thing, project team. Need to be identified project teams, right? So this is another. So here we will come out what is the terminology we are going to use in the project end user team, and same time service provider team. So here, once the project plan is ready, then the project team will be identified from both the sides. Team from implementation partner, nothing but Infosys, nothing but end user side, and as well as a team from development partner. So this implementation partner is nothing but your Ready Labs, and development partner is nothing but your Infosys. Okay, the team from implementation partners are called core team members or CTMs. Whatever, for example, in accounts payable department in Ready Labs are working 20 people. 20 people are working. In AR, 10 people are working. In GL, 10 people are working or 20 people are working. So all the people are going to involve in this particular project. All, for example, total overall, all the departments, 100 people are there. So all the 100 people are going to involved in this particular project from Ready Labs. No, right? So the Ready Labs will select the specialists who are having good experience, good knowledge on the business process, who can understand easily. So those people, for example, AP, from AP, 2 people, AR, 2 people, GL, 2 people, right? So from each module, cash management, 2 people, like that, each team, they will select 2 members or 3 members according to that. And those members, we are going to call it as a CTMs, core team members. So the team from end user team who is going to involved in the project, they are known as a CTMs. So they try to pull, for example, if they have at the time of interview, when you are going to attend interview, right? So they feel, for example, any question you have given incorrect and you have mentioned as you are having a 5 years of experience. Okay, then they'll try to pull your leg to check that. So how many years you worked as a CTMs in this particular project? Then we will consider CTMs. If you don't have the term called CTMs or core team member, then we will consider as a core team is nothing but important team member. So even that is also implementation side also we can, and you will say that 6 years. Then definitely they will caught you that, okay, you don't have a knowledge on CTM, you worked as an end user. Okay, CTMs are nothing but core team members. Core team members are from end user side who are going to involve in the project. They are known as a core team, CTMs. So our job is not CTM's job. Remember, after this particular course. Okay, so core team members and the team from service provider, that is nothing but Infosys partner, are called consulting team or consultant team. The consultants are also 2 types, functional consultants and technical consultants. So are we functional consultants or technical consultants? Functional consultants, right? Next one. Core team members, CTMs, are experts in departmental activities, as I said that. So people are working from 5 years, 6 years, 10 years in AP or AR or GL or any other, right? They are considered as a functional experts, sorry, technical experts. Okay, departmental experts, right? End user activities, 1 or 2 members from each department involved in the project. Okay, they will, why they required in the sense, because for example, I am a direct consultant. I don't have a knowledge on accounts payable. I don't have a knowledge on AR, accounts receivable, right? We will take the inputs from specific department. So that's the reason we will take 2 members from end user side. Okay. I'm sorry. According to departmental wise to the functional consultants, they will help. They will do end user testings. CTMs will do the end user testings. Clear? Any questions still here? Project team.
Clear.
Right. Next one, hardware and software facilities. So here in this phase, once everything, project team is identified, project plan is done, okay, project agreement is completed, then the next one, hardware and software facilities. So then they are going to discuss how many laptops are required, right? How many SAP servers are required? Means normally 1 server will be there, right? How many network, what would be the bandwidth of network, right? And what are the different software, supporting softwares are required, like your MS Office or Snagit or any PDF softwares, right? What are the other softwares are required, right? How many laptops are required? How many desktops are required? How many palm tabs are required? How many mobile phones are required? So all those stuff they will discuss in this hardware and software facilities, both the sides. Clear? And what would be the system capacity, each laptop configuration, what should be the configuration of each laptop? Okay, that is considered as an hardware and software. Minute to minute things will be discussed, documented. Everything will be documented. Okay, Next one, other facilities. For example, other facilities. For example, we are working for Infosys and Ready Labs is in, for example, we are doing project for US Ready Labs or Europe Ready Labs. Okay, or Novartis, whatever you can, pharma company, right? So we are doing Europe and we are based of Hyderabad. So from our side, 15 people are there, consultants, including functional and technical. So what we are going to do, so we will travel to that client place. We will travel at the time of implementation. We will travel to client place. That is Europe or US, whatever it is, right? We will travel. And those things will be discussed in other facilities document. So what does it mean? Other facilities during the project period, who are going to bear the cost of basic necessities like your flight tickets, cab, what are the cabs you are going to get, right? What are your boarding and lodging facilities, transportation, food facilities, refreshment facilities will be discussed. Minute, as I said, that minute to minute things. Who will provide the breakfast? Who will provide the lunch? Who will provide the dinner? Right? Tea, snacks, refreshment, beverages, and everything will be discussed on this particular documentation. Right? So these are called other facilities. And last, everything is done. They are going to conduct, but they will prepare one kickoff meeting. Kickoff meeting in the sense, kick to start the project, So then what they will do, they will gather all, see, as I said that each department, 2 people are involved. So out of 10 departments, only 20 people are involved, but other 80 are not involving in this particular project, right? And other support staff will be there. They are 50, for example. Those support staff doesn't know what is happening in the organization. So what they are going to, they will conduct one kickoff meeting, right? Both the sites, core team members and consultants and project team, development team, development partner team will also involve in this kickoff meeting. And in this kickoff meeting, they are going to announce in stakeholders, employees, and everyone will be, they are going to announce regarding they will announce that they are going to introduce new system, new software in the organization, that is SAP, and what is the start date of the project and what is the end date of the project, and as well as what are the trainings will be provided. So everything will be explained in that kickoff meeting. Is that clear? Any questions here? Yeah.
Clear to me.
Right. So kickoff meeting will be conducted at client place with the client employees. Okay. Next, documentation. So this is about your project preparation phase document. Right. So here our involvement, associate consultant or a senior consultant or a lead consultant involvement will be less. Will not be there. But they will ask, what do you mean by project preparation phase? Clear? What do you mean by project agreement? Right? All those stuff they are going to ask you. Next one, business blueprint phase. Business, this is another important phase in the implementation project. In business blueprint phase, 2 documents will be prepared. One is as is document, right? And to be document. As is document and to be document. What do you mean by as is document? We also call it as a CSBP document and FSBP document. Okay, CSBP is nothing but current state of business process. Before implementation of SAP, the existing process, how it's work, whatever old system they are using, right? Legacy system they are using, how the business is functioning, the process is functioning. So that will mention in this particular document. As is document, to be document. As is document, we will call it as a CSBP, and to be document, we will call it as an FSBP. Future state business process, FSBP document. Clear? So we will just check what is as is document. As is document will be prepared by core team members. Who are core team members? Who are the core team members?
Implementation partner.
Partner, that is nothing but end user side.
Yeah.
Correct. So as is document will be prepared by core team members, right? In this, they will mention current state of business process, means the old software. For example, they are using Tally. So how the Tally, each and every depart step, clearly they will mention. Clearly they will mention before implementation of SAP. For example, in this document, CTMs will mention there are total 80 business processes. We know what do you mean by business processes, sequence of activities. Okay, total 80 business processes are there in finance department or HR department. Okay, and each department CTMs will mention the different processes in their department activities. Understood? So every CTM, whoever are involved, they are going to prepare one document, how the work is going on in the current state before implementation of SAP. Point to point, they will mention in this, we will call it as an SOP or whatever. So they will prepare that documentation. And that documentation, we call it as a as-is document. We will call it as a as-is document. Next one, to be document. To be document. Now you remember how many business processes are there in end user side?
80.
80. So, to be document. To be document is nothing but to be document will be prepared by functional consultants. So we will prepare this to be documentation. Okay. Based on as is document. So whatever as is document is there, according to that, by looking at that, we are going to prepare to be document. Okay. Out of 80 business processes, we found that, as they mentioned, 80 business processes. Out of 80 business processes, functional consultants are able to map 73 standard SAP business processes. So whatever 80 business processes are there in the client place, so how many we are able to map directly? How many we are able to map directly?
73.
73. So how this 73 directly we can map, that is called configuration, which we can map directly with end user requirement to SAP standard business process. If we are able to map directly, right, then that is considered as a configuration. And how many we are not able to map? How many business process?
7.
7 is nothing but those are considered as a gaps. Nothing but gap in the sense what? Which we can't directly configure the business requirement of end user with SAP standard business process. So whatever we are not able to map directly, then we call them as a gaps. Clear? So how many gaps are there? So total 7 business processes which are not able to map. Okay, those are considered as gaps. Okay, these gaps can be customized through development by, they need to be developed. Who will do? Do we write a program as a functional consultant?
No.
No, again, remember this. We won't write a single program in our or throughout life. If we are working as a consulting side, we are not going to write a single line program. It's not our job. It's not our job. Our job is only the configuration, right? If any customization is required, then we are going to involve ABAP team or ABAP consultants, taking the help from ABAP consultants. So ABAP we will explain them the client requirements, and according to that, ABAPer will write a program and develop the screens. Once they develop the screens, then we will map with client requirement business process. And that development, we call it as a customization, configuration and customization. Is this clear? Any questions still here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So in 2D document,
Sorry?
so in 2D document, the
Mhm.
functional consultants will only prepare 73 business processes.
Yeah, as per SAP, how it's going to work, we need to prepare point to point, everything. Okay. Next one, business blueprint phase is a final document. Business blueprint phase is nothing but business blueprint phase is nothing but a final in the documentation. It is a final document which contains as is, what is the customer current business process plus to be plus gaps, nothing but developments, customization, as is, to be, and development. 3 documents will be prepared. Okay. And once those documents are prepared, the consultants will send the CTMs. Okay. What we will do after doing this one, we will take the document from CTMs, that is called as is document, and we will prepare to be document and development customization. So we will prepare as is to be document, right? So once these 3 documents we will take, and what we will do, we will send it to CTMs. Who are the CTMs? Core team members, experts in departmental activities, right? So they will check. Sometimes they will come with their queries, questions, or they will come up with this thing to be changes. Okay. So then again we will prepare and we will present the final one. So once they are okay, once they accept, see everything is fine. Once they accept with the changes, then to be document plus development, functional consultant need to satisfy the CTMs. Once the CTMs are okay with the document, with the solutions which are given by functional consultants, then these documents will be forwarded to BPOs, business process owner, head of the what we call Ready Labs, business process owner. That is nothing but head of Ready Labs. So what we are going to do, so that person, he is having more knowledge, end-to-end knowledge he will have. So he will check all the documentations completely. Sometimes again, he will come up with his own questions, his own queries. Again, we need to resolve or we need to address those queries and we need to satisfy him. Okay. Once he satisfies, once the BPO accepts the changes, right? So end user side, everyone are accepted. Core team members are accepted. Business process owner also accepted, means head of the end user side also accepted. Then what we are going to do, in the sense, then the consultants will take hard copy of BPP, business blueprint document, hard copy we will take, printouts. Okay. Manually we will do this thing. Okay. Here, from here, the signing process will come into the picture. Signing process. So what do you mean by signing process? Definitely they may ask you, what is the signing process? Okay. So here, once the BP, first who will sign it? Once on the business blueprint document, whatever document printouts we have taken. So first signature, once the BPO signed, business process owner, end user side, head of the organization signed, then the CTMs are supposed to sign. Okay. This is called signature 1. This is called whatever signature BPO, business process owner, will do. That is called signature 1. Okay. And once he has done, then the second signature will be done by CTMs. Okay. Signature. Next one. Third signature will be done by project manager from implementation partner. Means after CTMs, who will do third signature? Project manager from implementation side, nothing but Ready Labs. Okay. So then next, after that, third one. So this is called signature 3. Project manager signature is considered as a signature 3. And once project manager from implementation partner signed, after that, the project manager from development partner, nothing but consulting sign, project manager has to sign. Okay. Then that is considered as a signature 4. That is considered as a signature 4. And what is the last final signature? Finally, the consultant will sign. Finally, the consultant will sign. Then that is nothing but the associate consultant, whoever are involved from Ready Lab, Infosys side or Wipro side or Accenture side, those people will sign, right? And that signature, we call it as a 5th signature and the final signature. The entire process, we call it as a signing process. Signing process. So try to remember the signing process. Right? First signing process, who will start? BPO of end user. Second one, CTMs from end user. CTM itself is end user. Project manager, third signature from end user side. Fourth signature from project manager from development partner side. Fifth signature from consultants. All the consultants need to sign. So this particular process, we call it as a business blueprint phase. Business blueprint phase. Is this clear? Any questions?
Clear.
Right? So normally, where the actual work will start in the sense, the third phase, that is considered as a realization phase. That is considered as a realization phase. The actual work, real-time work will start. Means still here documentation, discussions, and everything will be done here in this particular phase. Clear, everyone? Any questions? Any questions?
No.
Right? So the realization phase, in the sense, real work will start. Means already after discussion, the Ready Labs team will get servers, laptops, desktops, all the softwares. Okay, then the actual work or the real work or a practical work will start in this particular phase. In this phase, there will be number of servers. There will be servers, one server or two servers or three servers. We are going to discuss about, already we discussed in R1, R2, R3 environment. What do you mean by server? Right? Right? In this, there will be minimum, any project, SAP project, right? Minimum, how many servers will be there? 3 servers. In this implementation project or any project in SAP, we will have a minimum 3. And maximum, there is no count. It's a depend upon the client business. Right? Minimum 3 servers should be there. Mandatory. Okay, will be there. 3 servers with 3 clients. So we are going to discuss the client concept. It's very, very important. What do you mean by a client? Right? So what I'll do here, so till here I'll stop, because there's a client concept. It is a little in-depth. It should be there with the more fresh mind. So if you have any idea on client, then we will discuss in next week's session, and we will complete the realization phase in next week's session. Right? With this, once we end up with the client, because this is a very big topic. Again, I'm telling you, once we are done with that, the literature part, almost all, it will be get completed in next week session. Right? So that we can start with next week. I'll give you your SAP credentials next Sunday, mostly your SAP logins and passwords. Next Sunday, I'll give it to you people. So that the other week onwards, we can start our practical part. Is that fine? Any questions? So again and again, I'm telling you, the initial levels, like till we enter into configuration part, I'll stress more and more on any questions, because these are completely new for everyone. I'm telling you. So once you do the configuration part, then you will understand this particular concept. People know the systems probably, but the backend, what's happening and everything, it's absolutely new. Clear? Any questions? Yes, no. I think I have already this document till here. Kindly check. If not, again, once again, I'll share it, the documentation from starting to till whatever. But I think I have already shared. Kindly check in your WhatsApp group. Okay.
We have received 56 pages document, sir.
56 pages. Okay. What I'll do is let me share the complete, in the sense I'll share up to this starting here, introduction of SAP screens. I'll share it today. Is this clear? So because the other things, I'm going to change few things in configuration part. So that's the reason I won't share right now. So I'll share up to the system navigation and everything. Fine, everyone. So next week
Okay.
I'll give you this SAP login credentials and I'll do the configuration in your systems. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Shravan, you were asking something.
No, sir, I am saying just it's
Okay, fine. Okay, then. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So next week, if possible, try to be ready with your laptops or whatever it is, so that I can configure the SAP in your systems, so that we can good to go for our practice purpose, if possible. Or else we can wait one more week also. Not this week immediately. So the other week also we can do that. Okay. Okay then. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.